Andrew Mitchell.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I want to start by thanking the Prime Minister's Special Envoy for Freedom of Religion or Belief, my honourable friend for Congleton, for introducing this private member's bill on international freedom and religion of belief. I would also like to take this moment to express my gratitude to my honourable friend for her tireless devotion to promoting and protecting FORB for everybody. And my thanks must also go to her Deputy David Burrows for his commitment to this important work. As you know, Mr. Deputy Speaker, freedom of religion or belief remains a human rights priority for the British government. The work of the Special Envoy, especially through International Religious Freedom or Belief Alliance, together with the efforts across the Foreign Office network, are making a difference around the world. And the bill before us today seeks to further cement Britain's commitment to FORB by making statutory the role of the Special Envoy. The bill states that a Special Envoy's duties will be to work to promote and protect international freedom of religion or belief. Secondly, to raise awareness of cases of concern and advocate for those who are discriminated or persecuted on the basis of their religion or belief. And work, thirdly, with representatives of other governments, including other special envoys, to promote freedom of religion or belief globally. And that has very much been the sense of the House in the excellent speeches which we have heard today. The bill covers the reporting requirements for the Special Envoy and how the terms and conditions of the role should be determined. Additionally, the bill would establish an office of the Special Envoy. The principal duty of this office would be to support the work of the Special Envoy. Such an office must provide the Special Envoy with staff, accommodation, equipment and other facilities as considered necessary for carrying out the role. The government's commitment to the role of Special Envoy is clear. Indeed, we have had 3 special envoys to date. And I should also be clear that this bill does not establish a precedent for other similar roles. Uniquely, legislating for this post follows an independent report, recommendation and a most important manifesto commitment. And today, Mr. Deputy Speaker, the government delivers on that commitment in our manifesto. Especially important given the internationally recognised leadership that my honourable friend has provided so far. The bill underlines our commitment to FORB and importantly supports implementation of Recommendation 6 of the Bishop of Truro's 2019 review into the work of the FCDO on FORB. The Bishop of Truro's report recommended that the role of Special Envoy for this be established in permanency and perpetuity. Implementation of the Bishop of Truro's recommendations was, as I have said, a manifesto commitment, and we thank the noble Lord Bishop very much indeed for his work. There will, of course, be opportunities during the passage of this bill to consider any possible amendments to improve the bill, and the honourable lady who speaks for the opposition set that out. And I and my officials will work with my honourable friend for Commonwealth in this regard. But the government wishes to support the passage of this bill today. The current Special Envoy's terms of reference outline that she will work with the Minister for Human Rights, my noble friend Lord Ahmed, and through the Foreign Secretary to the Prime Minister. The Envoy is asked to report twice yearly to the Prime Minister on progress, in addition to providing ad hoc reports on important issues arising or following overseas visits as Special Envoy. This is in line with what the bill proposes. I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate my honourable friend on her International Religious Freedom of Belief Alliance work, accomplishments as chair of IFRBA, having been asked to carry out this role for a second year last year, the first time such a request has been made in the organisation's history. Most notably, the expansion of IRFBA's membership, with now 42 nations coming together to highlight violations and abuses of FORB and advocate for those who are being persecuted. The IRFBA issued joint statements and campaigns that she has initiated underline the impact we can have when we speak with one voice. The statements on countering anti-Semitism and the persecution of Christians were widely supported, with 16 countries supporting the statement of anti-Semitism and 22 countries supporting the statement on the persecution of Christians. These statements highlight the ongoing concerns to the international community and set out how to address and tackle these issues. The monthly advocacy my honourable friend has initiated of highlighting individual cases of religious prisoners of conscience is another important and valuable piece of work the Alliance has initiated under my honourable friend's chairmanship. I was delighted to learn that of the cases that she has publicly supported in 2022, 2 were released last year. Hannah Abdimalik, a Christian in Somaliland, and Shamil Kakimov, a Jehovah's Witness in Tajikistan. I would also like to congratulate my honourable friend on her efforts on planning and implementing a virtual Global Youth Summit in October last year. It is an achievement that my honourable friend brought together 510 participants from 77 countries to fulfil a key priority following the Interministerial Conference on FORB in London in 2022, which set out the need to inspire a new generation of FORB advocates. At that FORB conference, we brought together over 800 faith and belief leaders, human rights actors, and 100 government delegations to agree action to promote and protect FORB. My noble friend Lord Ahmed announced a new UK funding to support FORB defenders, including those persecuted because of their activism, as well as funding and expertise for countries prepared to make legislative changes to protect FORB. As a result of the conference, 47 governments, international organisations and other entities made pledges to take action in support of FORB. Since the conference, we have built on the momentum in a number of ways. My honourable friend for Congleton has also continued to raise awareness of restrictions on the right to FORB across the world. My honourable friend does this in many ways, including through calling debates on the floor of the House, as she did yesterday, in convening a debate on Open Doors' World Watch List report. My honourable friend has brought civil society experts together with Foreign Office officials in a series of country-specific roundtables, including, but not limited to, Iraq, Myanmar, Nigeria, Ukraine and Pakistan. These debates and roundtables are vital to ensuring these issues can be addressed and resolved. The British High Commission in Islamabad, for example, is engaging with senior government officials and civil society on the need to ensure the safety of Christian community at this troubling time, and we want to see this work continued in every possible way. Now, Mr. Deputy Speaker, all of this demonstrates how committed this government is to freedom of religion and belief, and how we continue to work closely with my honourable friend for Congleton in all the brilliant work that she does. So, in conclusion, Mr. Deputy Speaker, I again reiterate this government's support for the role of Special Envoy for FORB and for this bill, and congratulate my honourable friend for her commitment and perseverance in bringing this bill forward.
With the Leader of the House, Fiona Bruce.
Thank you.